new subscriber, welcome to my channel. How are y'all doing today? Today's video I'm doing a story time. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Alright, y'all, I had to lay my hairs down. My baby hairs has not been laid all day, and it's like, what time is it? It's going on 2 o'clock. It is 1:56, and I ain't had my baby hairs done all day. Okay, but that's not what this video is about. But hold on, let me let me fix this. So turn it down a little. Yo, so this is the story time of how this is the story time of my first, I don't want to say paranormal activity or like nothing like that, but my first encounterment with like a spirit. Okay, so basically I'm gonna give y'all like a background story of like everything, and then I'm gonna hop right into it. So basically, when I was a kid, you know, I stayed at grandma's house, because clearly that's where my mother was, but grandma was there too. But grandmother's mother was alive, and grandma's great grandma name is Rose, so that's my great granny. So I don't know if I ever said this in one of my videos, but if I ever have a daughter, her name would be like Anaya Rose, because I would want Rose to be in her name just because, you know, that's granny. So basically, I remember it was my grandmother's birthday, because me and my granny got the same birthday. Our birthday is November 20th. So I remember it being my birthday, and I was in my great granny's lap. So I was in Grandma Rose's lap, and I was talking to Grandma Rose, and it's like she fell asleep on me, and that's just that. So I got up and I proceeded on about my day, because, you know, well, I was talking to Granny. I think I was about like, I know I was young, like 5-6 years old. So when Granny went to sleep on me, and that was it. Now, come to find out, Granny wasn't waking up from her sleep. Granny was gone. So Granny went to sleep, and she had never get back up. So basically, she died when I was sitting on her lap. So that's Grandma Rose. Now let's go into the story time of now. That was just like the background. That's just the background of the story. Okay. I remember it was, I don't remember if it was either Christmas or Thanksgiving, but I remember going down to grandma's house, because that's where we go if we like, because we moved to Delaware. So y'all should know that by now by just watching all them Amazon videos that, you know, that I'm from Delaware now. So since we moved to Delaware, just from being down in Delaware, we either pick Christmas or Thanksgiving to go visit grandma and aunt, because everybody else lives down there. Cousins and everybody else are in Delaware, in Wisconsin. Excuse me. So when we went down to go visit Granny, I believe it was Thanksgiving, and it was me and my cousin, me and my favorite cousin in the world. That's my girl. I'm gonna link her channel below too. But yeah, like Granny. No, not Granny. Me and my cousin, we went upstairs because we also made we was making a YouTube video, and that video is on my channel. I don't remember if it's the, hold on, cause I can pull it up. I don't remember if it's the touch my body video or whisper in my ear, but it don't really matter, because just I remember us making one of those videos, and it's on my channel. But after we was done like making the video and stuff, it was just like me and her upstairs, no one else, because you can hear the stairs when someone's coming up. So we heard a noise, and we looked outside the door, and there was like nobody there. Like nobody was there when we checked outside the door and stuff. Because, you know, we could hear creaking, but the creaking wasn't coming, like the creaking wasn't starting from the bottom of the steps, because like I said, it was just me and her upstairs, because, you know, we don't want people upstairs while we try to make the video making a bunch of noise. So we did look before we did start the video. But yeah, like, so yo, she is stupid. Yeah, so yeah, we checked around the room and stuff before, you know, checked the room, checked grandma's room, checked the bathroom, checked the other back room, just to make sure nobody was listening into our video and stuff, because, like, you know, people be nosy, they always want to try to make a grand appearance, and I don't like that. So yeah, we did check everything. No one was upstairs. It was literally just me and her. So when we heard the creaking we think it is somebody coming upstairs, but when we didn't see anybody, so it's just like, because the creaking, it was just like creak, and that was like it. So it's like, it sounded like someone stepped on the first step downstairs and then make the rest of their way upstairs. That's kind of what it sounded like to me. So it could have been somebody, but at the same time, it's just like, it don't make no sense for what's about to happen next. So basically what happened next is we hear something out in the hallway, and it fell over. Like, it's like, this is a speak up, it's like, it sound like something fell off of something. So we look out, and one of grandma's nail polishes has been knocked over. And it's just like, because what the fuck? Now mind you, we like teenagers, so it's just like, we in our teens and somewhere between there, because, you know, me and her, we're like, because my sister now, because her and my sister are the same age, so it's like, I'm 23, and right now, I think they just turned 20, so, like, we're 3 years apart from each other. So it's like, we're like in our teens, so it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? Like, what's going on? And it's like, it don't make no sense that these nail polishes has been sitting still this whole time. We done recorded the video, blah blah blah, and now all of a sudden stuff gonna be acting weird and shaky. No, I'm not feeling it. I'm not for it. So basically, like, we ain't gonna pick it up. We ain't touching, because first of all, ain't nobody gonna grab me. Like, who's playing with us? Because like I said, you can hear when the steps is being stepped on. My grandmother's steps is really creaky, so it's like, yeah, we heard that first creak, but we would have heard every other creak that was coming up the steps. We can hear every creak when they're going down the steps. So it's like, we go back in the room, and now we texting people, like, texting everyone that's downstairs. I text my mom, like, did you send somebody upstairs? Like, it's she just like, no, because we don't really want to tell her, like, yeah, we hear stuff going on upstairs and stuff like that. Like, we don't want to say that. So basically, girls, we what did we do? Oh yeah, so we went out there and we peeked, and like, we see something just like, I don't know how to even explain it, because it was so fucking crazy. It was just like, it was like a figure moving back and forth, and then like, I seen the face, and I was like, that's Grandma Rose, that's Granny. And it was just like, I don't think my cousin ever met Grandma Rose, because, you know, I don't think she ever met her. Because like I said, it was really just me at grandma's house when I was a kid. So it wasn't like a bunch of, you know, all my other cousins and stuff was there. It was just like really me. And then like, she do have an older sister, but like, I don't really like remember ever playing with her and stuff like that. Like, nothing. I remember playing with her her sister and her brother, because, you know, her dad got a bunch of kids by a lot of different women. So from her other brother and sister, because she's an only child, they're an only child. Yeah, everybody, his situation's crazy. But yeah, so she got a set of twin siblings. So I remember being with them all the time. Like, I could pull up, I just seen the pictures today on Instagram of me and them together as younger, but I don't really remember too much of that, and I don't really remember too much of her being around. So, because like I said, my sister and her had, like, they're the same age. They're both 20. So it's just, I don't even remember my little sister being around that much either to even meet Grandma Rose or know who Grandma Rose is. So it's just like, when I kept saying Grandma Rose, she didn't know who I was talking about. Like, she ain't never seen Grandma Rose. So it's just like, that was Grandma Rose. So that's who we seen. That's who I saw. Like, I seen my Grandma Rose. And like, she waved, and it was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to like explain how I seen it or how I saw it, because it wasn't really a body. It was more of just like, I don't know, it was like a figure, and then it was just like her face looking back at me. So I really don't even know how to explain it. So I talked to my grandmother about it, and she says, yeah, Grandma Rose, she just walks around the house, like, me and her be talking. And I was just like, really? And she was like, yeah, that's my mother. Like, Grandma, that's crazy. Like, that is nuts. That's crazy. So it was just like really strange to me. It was just like, I've never experienced this before. So like, I'm gonna tell you like another story about me and Grandma Rose like reconnected again. I remember I got in trouble with my mom. Like, I was like in deep trouble. Like, trouble. So basically, like, at our old house, I remember like I was waking up, however the fuck you say it. I was waking up, whatever, by a tap on my shoulder. And when I opened my eyes, because I'm thinking it's like one of my siblings or something. Now it's Grandma Rose, and she's sitting on my dresser and she's talking to me. And she's just talking to me like, you need to start behaving. Like, you need to stop doing this and that with your mom. Like, you can't do that. You know, that's my grandbaby. And it's just like, all right, Grandma, like, I'll try to change. Like, I'll try, but it's just like, I'm sitting here talking to her and we just having a full-blown conversation. Like I said, it's like, it's not even really her body. It's more of like her head, and like, I don't know, it's like a wish of wind. I don't know how to explain it, y'all, but like, it's not a floating head because she's connected to something. It's just like, you don't see this, you don't see body, like you see head. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. I'm gonna sit here and cry because it's like, it's so crazy. Ooh, it's so crazy because it's like, I don't know how to explain it to you. Like, if y'all believe in spirits and stuff like that, like, mind y'all, I've never played with no Ouija board, never called for spirits, none of that. Like, I don't, that's not my cup of tea. But then again, it's like, when people talk to me about it, it's like, they'll be like, well, you gotta make sure that's not an evil spirit. But it's like, I talked to my granny about it. So if granny is seeing it, I know what I'm seeing is real. Or like, when I talk to grandma's sister, it's like, yeah, we see Grandma Rose too. So it's like, this is normal. Like, it's okay if you're seeing her and she's talking and y'all are talking. And it's just like, okay, good. So I don't want to seem like I'm going nuts or crazy because I'm seeing spirits and stuff. You know what I mean? So, and it's like, I don't talk to my mom that much about it because it's just like, I don't know how she would feel about it. But, because I don't know if like she sees her and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know. So, yeah, that's kind of my likes. I wouldn't say paranormal because I feel like paranormal means like you've come into an encounterment with like the devil or like a spirit pulling you and being disrespectful. Like, you know how spirits be. Like, you watch The Conjuring and movies like that. Like, that's how I would call paranormal. But this is like a spiritual connection between me and my grandmother, you know, connecting and talking and stuff like that. But since that incident, I haven't seen Grandma Rose since. Like, I have not talked to Grandma Rose since. Like it's just more like she comes up and I'll see her or like stuff like that, but it's like we haven't talked. So who knows, like maybe she'll come out and talk to me soon, just because, you know, I'm thinking about her or talking about her. So like I said, like if I ever was to have a daughter, I will name her Anaya Rose because I would want the name Rose in there because Grandma Rose. So, but yeah, thank you for listening to my story time. I got another video coming out for y'all, so be on the lookout for that. So today is what, April 23rd? Yeah, because today April 23rd, and I just watched that new Mortal Kombat movie. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.